Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, as you can see, we're going to be trying some fog of war today in the form of Measuring in the Fog by Fitzy. And one of the testers had a look at this and thought it was a very clever puzzle. And what was it they said? It was something like, I thought I was going to be done in 10 minutes, and I very much wasn't. So we shall see what that means. It's some sort of thermometer puzzle, but with the rinky-dink that thermometers have to include the length of their thermometers, which obviously we're not really going to be able to tell because we can't see what's underneath the fog. So I'm looking forward to having a go at this. I think it's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty over on Logic Masters, and we'll read the rules together in a moment or two's time. Now, what do I have to tell you about before we kick off today? Just a couple of things to mention. If you've been following the channel, you'll know tomorrow night we're back in the Blueprints Mansion. We'd love to have your company for that if you're free. Many exciting things have happened in recent weeks, so I hope that will continue tomorrow. I don't have much confidence about it, but I have got hope. And then over on Patreon, our Sudoku competition for the month of May. It still has 3 days left to run. Shall we see what the current score is? Oh, my computer turned itself off again. That's why it's reloading. So we've had 1,558 souls of the Green Goblin. It's Spider-Man themed, obviously. And 708 of you have managed to get through all 8 puzzles. Really well done. If you are stuck, and it looks like there are about 120 something, 126 people who have finished the Rhino but are stuck on Kingpin, then do go over to the Discord server. There is a Patreon-only chat channel there, and as I say, you will find some help over there. I'm sure there are lots of kind fellow patrons who swap tips and tricks. Anyway, apart from Patreon, what else? The couple of birthdays / congratulations to talk about. Emily, I'm going to congratulate you. I think you're graduating with your masters. I think today. It may have been yesterday. This came from comments, I think, on one of our videos, and we had a couple of emails from people, Renee included. I had the impression Renee didn't know you, but had spotted the comment and wanted you to get some congratulations. So Emily, very well done with the graduation, and good luck with whatever comes next. I hope there was some chocolate cake to celebrate. And also Luna, I missed this one yesterday. Luna turned 9 yesterday, and I remember I've said happy birthday to Luna before. Luna is the daughter of Dorlear, a name many of you will know if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time. Dorlear is a maths professor, exceptionally brilliant constructor of Sudoku puzzles, and occasionally I've said happy birthday to Dorlear's daughter Luna before. And Luna, I hope you had a great day. I hope the chocolate cake was very splendid and exceptionally well iced, of course. I think that's all the news. Shall we have a look at the rules of Measuring in the Fog by Fitzy? What do we have to do today? We have to, looks like normal Sudoku rules. Normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The grid is covered in fog. Correctly placed digits will clear fog from the surrounding cells. No guessing is required. Right, so this is not dynamic fog today. So that means if we got this digit, it would clear the fog, I think, from all of those cells. So there's a version of Fog Sudoku where if you got this digit, it might clear the fog from that cell. I don't think that's what's happening today. We're going back in time to old style fog. Still tremendously popular, of course. And the no guessing is required is important. Obviously, we could clear the fog just by typing the digits 1 to 9 into this cell, and eventually one of them will be correct and will reveal what's beneath the fog. But Fitzy will have designed the puzzle so there is a logical solution. So don't spoil it by guessing. Now, digits along a thermometer must increase from the bulb to the tip. Thermometers move orthogonally through the grid and do not branch, overlap, or intersect. So let's just check we understand what that means. I use the line tool. So that would be a totally fine thermometer, because it moves orthogonally from cell to cell. Orthogonally means it moves to the next cell by crossing an edge. What it doesn't do is move like that. That's a diagonal movement. That's not an orthogonal movement, and that would not be permitted in this puzzle. And neither would sort of crossing thermometers. We're not allowed to do that, it said either. And digits have to increase from bulb to tip. So I'm not going to put digits in here in case I get them right by luck. And then, so let's say that was 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be a legitimate way to fill the thermometer. You don't have to move up in steps of 1. It's just like mercury on real thermometers. You've got to move, just as mercury rises, as the temperature rises, so Sudoku numbers rise as we move from bulb to tip along Sudoku thermometers. But you just have to make sure you increase at every step. And is that all? No, there's one more rule. One of the digits on every thermometer must be the length of that thermometer. So if we go back to my example, 1, 2, 3, 4, that would work. Because this is a length 6 thermometer, and I've put the digit 6 on it. So that is a truly legitimate form of thermometer in this puzzle. They're all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So the great thing about fog of war Sudokus is that we can basically, we know exactly where we have to start. It's going to be something to do down here. So we can sort of extend and back extend thermos. We don't know where the bulb is. Actually, we don't know where the bulb of lots of these are. This one has to have a bulb on it somewhere, but it could be here, it could be there, or it could be over there. We just don't know. If you've got, if any of those was a bulb, there would have to be a 2 on the thermometer, because that's what it said. If this was a bulb, it would create a thermometer of length 2, so we'd have to have a 2 on the thermometer. Yeah, okay, so what we can't do, because thermometers can't share cells, we can actually join these up, I think, these two lines. Because imagine this was a thermometer bulb. Well, then I think this thermometer here can't go any further because it can't move into another thermometer's area. So it would be ended as well. And this thermometer would have a 2 on it, and this thermometer would have a 2 on it. They'd both be of length 2. So that doesn't work. Sudoku will break. So we can join those up. And I think the same logic applies there. If that's the bulb of that thermometer, there would be a 2 on here. There would be a 2 on here. And that would break Sudoku in column 9. So we've got to join those up. And now we've got 2 length 4 thermometers. So now I know one of those is a 4. How do I know that? Well, because each of these thermometers individually has to have a 4 on it by the rule. And I can't put 2 4s in box 9 without breaking Sudoku. So one of these is a 4, but whichever one it is, its thermometer is going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, isn't it? So one of these is a 1, one of these is a 2, one of these is a 3, and one of those is a 4. And one of those is a 4. I just don't know which one. I mean, that's a ludicrous pencil mark to pencil mark 4 into one of 6 positions in box 9. But it is true. It is engendered in the rules of the puzzle that we do know that. No. Well, it is. That is true. But actually, we can go further than that as well. I really like this rule. So, yeah. Okay, this is slightly more difficult to see. But is it possible one of these thermometers is not the 1, 2, 3, 4 thermometer? So where is the 4 on that thermometer? We know, let's say this was 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we know that the 4 on this thermometer is in one of these 3 cells. But if it was here or here, the digit beneath it on its thermometer would have to be a 3, 2 or a 1, but they've all been hypothecated to the other thermometer that goes 4, 3, 2, 1, if you see what I mean. So the 4 can't be in those cells. The 4 will be in a bulb in this box. So that there is a 1, 4 pair. Okay. So 9 is in one of two positions in box. Oh, no, it's not. 9 is in one position because actually this can't be a 9, can it? Well, actually, one of the only I only know two little secrets about thermometers generally in Sudoku. One of those secrets is that if you want to put a 1 on a thermometer, you must put it in the bulb of the thermometer. Because if we put a 1 here, what would this digit be? It would have to be below 1, and there are no such Sudoku digits. Now, same's true of 9. Where, if you're going to put 9 on a thermometer, where can you put it? You must always put it in the tip, because if this was a 9, actually I'm prepared, I'm so confident this isn't a 9, I think I will put it in a big number. I don't think it can be right, because if this is a 9, what's this tip? It's got to be bigger than 9, and there are no such digits. So 9 can't be here, because that's not the tip of its thermometer. It can't be in those, none of those are tips, so 9 I think is there. And that did clear fog. Yeah, okay, and now this thermometer is a length 3 thermometer, so we're told by the rules it's got a 3 on it, and that 3 can't be here because one of those digits is a 3. So that's a 3, and that's cleared some more grid furniture out of the way, or revealed some more grid furniture. So, what does that mean? 9 is a bit restricted in box 8 now, because it can't be along in its own row. It could be there. It can only be in one of two places, there or there. None of those are not the ends of their thermometer. Yeah, all right. Well, let's persevere with our secret. Where's 1 in box 8? 1, it can't be in its own row. It can't be in the tip of a thermo or halfway along a thermo. So 1 is in theory in one of two positions. However, if this was a 1, what would be the nature of this cell? It would be the bulb of the thermo. This would be a length 2 thermo, so it should contain a 2, and it can't by pencil marking. This is very nicely set. It really is. So that can't be a 1. This is a 1. Therefore, now this is a 9. Now we can get rid of some of the red strands we've drawn. 9, nearly. 9 is in one of two places in box 7. 1 is in one of two places. Well, this can't be a 1 because this thermo is continuing. That thermo is continuing. Right. This thermo, this is not the bulb of this thermo. Because if it was, what digit would we have to include on this thermo? We'd have to include a 4, and we can't. So, I don't think this, it certainly can't turn into another thermo, at least not quickly, so it's got to go at least to here and possibly to here. So this thermo is at least a length 5 thermo. But it could be, it could be a very long thermo, I think. Could it be that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it can't belong to this. It would actually run out. It would get too big. It would have more than 9 cells, and it would have a 9 halfway along its journey. Oh, right, hang on. This one is being revealed. This is a length 5 thermo, so it needs to have a 5 on it. the 5 can't be in the tip, because then this would have to be, it would have to go 5. Oh, in fact, that's the simplest way to see it. If it went 5, this would be a 4, because it would have to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the 4 couldn't go there. Now, if this is the 5, no, that can't be the 5. 6, 7, 8, 9 would be forced, and the 9. So the 5 is in the middle, unsurprisingly. It's one of the 3 cells in the middle of the thermo. Now, don't actually see what that's telling me. Is that telling me something? Oh golly, okay. I don't see what the obvious next step is. Is it 2 in box 8, maybe? I don't think any of these can be 2, because we know that this thermo, if this was a 2, for example, there are 2 lower digits at least on this thermo. And there's only one actual lower digit, which is 1. Actually, yeah, you can't even put 1 into either of these either. So 2, right, so 2 is placed, because 2 is on this top thermo then. Can't be there, yeah. 2 is, so it can't be there, because this would be a 0, so that's a 2. That's revealed another thermo that's starting its journey up from row 6, column 6. This digit is, well, we don't know, do we? I mean, I know one of those is a 5. Do I somehow know which one it is? If that's a 5, this has to be a 4. But if that's a 5... Oh, this is a 1. Sorry, 2. We've got a digit before it on the thermo. Oh, okay, so that one turns... It actually turns to the west. Go west, young thermo. This thermo goes there, so that could be a 9. If that's the end of this thermo, that could be a 9. If that is the end of the thermo, that has to be a 3, because neither of these can be, because of this weird pencil mark we've got over there. I worked out one of these was the 5, didn't I? So this digit is more than 5, but not equal to 9. So that digit is 6, 7, or 8. Oh, Mark would have a festival here. Mark absolutely loves pencil marking thermos to within an inch of their life, hence his name, Pencil Mark. Right. Where is 4 in this box? Can that really be a 4? No, it really can't. If this was a 4, there are 2 lower digits at least in those cells, but they can't include 3 or 2, so you'd have to fill both of these cells with a 1. So 4, and this is good, because that's going to get me my 5. The 5 on this U-shaped thermo now has to be there. That did clear fog, but not really in a useful way. We can get rid of the line. Yeah, we can get rid of that line. That's now completely clear, and Maverick's just flying over. Right, what about these digits now? They are all whopping, because I've got this 3 here. I know one of those is a 3, don't know which one, but that means these digits are all not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So they're 6, 7, 8, 9, and that can't be 9. So this digit, yeah, that's okay. I've not had this thought, but in this puzzle, it's impossible to have a thermobulb which is 6 or higher. You just can't have it. Because the maximum, that's weird, the maximum length of a thermo that starts with a 6 is 4, because it could go 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the longest it could be. So you could never put the length of the thermo along the thermo. But you could do 5, because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would just work. I don't think that's helpful, is it? So that's 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's not 4, actually. There's a 4 in one of those. Now, well, it's... No, it's not 2. That's sort of the same reason. Again, if it's 2 here, then the length of this thermo is a maximum of 5. But because the second digit is at least a 6, you can't put the length on it. That's so weird. We might be able to get rid of 3 here. No, or maybe that's so strange. Hang on, I want to check that. If that's 2, it's clearly not the length of the thermo. So the length of the thermo is given. So the length of the thermo is given by a digit that's at least 6, but it can't be 6 long. That is logical. That's just weird. Now, if this was 3, though, no, because that 3 would work if the thermo stops. 5 would work if the thermo... 5, for it to be 5, the thermo would have to not go here, because one of these is a 9. It would have to turn back up into box 4 and do something like that or that, I think. It's very peculiar how this rule works. Really quite strange. No, I wondered whether I could know something about these. These are obviously 5, 6, 7, and 8. And Mark would be very pleased with me if I pencil mark this one. You can't put 8. 8 is the biggest digit we've got left to place in the box, so it's in one of the highest positions. Similarly, this can't be 5, this can't be 5. That can't be 7, because we can't go 7, 8, 9. This can't be 6. Okay. Oh, but this one we've got to put the thermometer length on it, but we don't know how long this thermometer is. Although, it can't go to this cell anymore, can it? So it couldn't bend round there because this would be too big relative to this digit, for example. So the maximum length of this thermo is if it goes to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it could easily have 7 on it. Okay. Don't know what that means then. Sorry. Shall we try... What about this thermo? That digit's nearly under pressure. Oh, that's very nearly under pressure. If that digit is not a 2, then it has to be a 5. Because if it was, we know we can't begin thermos bulbs with 6 or higher. We worked that out from this thermo. So, and if this is 5, it's going to go 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably a reason we can't do that. 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't know. I suspect that's impossible for some reason. What happens if this is 2? Then there's then there's no pressure. Oh, but okay, hang on. This digit is at least a 5, isn't it? Because it can't be 3 or 4. So 5, 6, 7. It's not 7. Because if this was 7, 8, 9, this would be at least a 10. So that's 5 or 6. 6, 7. Mark would be so proud of me for doing that. I don't normally like to do things like that, but... Oh, I don't. It's quite tricky, actually. It's quite tricky. This. Have I underperformed in box 9? Is that where I've? I know one thermo is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other thermo doesn't have 5 on it, but begins with a 4. So its second digit is going to be at least a 6. So its third digit is at least a 7. Ew. No, I don't know. So what I'm saying is, because whichever one of these begins with a 4, let's say it's this one, the second digit is not a 5 because of this 5, so it's at least a 6, which means the third digit is at least a 7. So these digits here are the 3 that's on the 1, 2, 3, 4 thermometer, and a 7 or an 8. Can't be 9, can it? Because 9 can't go into these cells, because 9 would have to go on a tip. So 6 in the row is in one of 3 places. And this can't be a 6, because this can't be lower than 6. So I think this is going to be a 3 probably, but I don't. Thinking it's going to be something and proving it are quite different things. Yeah, okay, where's 6 in box 9? I don't know, but it's got to be in one of those 3 cells now, so this isn't a 6. So 6 is in one of those 2 cells in box 8. Two and 3 are in those 3 cells, just by Sudoku from the pencil marks that we've got. But I'm not sure what the other digit is. Gosh, this is tricky, isn't it? It's not easy, this. I think, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to carry on pencil marking. So what can that be? That can be, it's got to be lower than 6. So it's a maximum of 5, but it's not 1 or 4. So it's 2, 3, or 5. Now, are any of those rule outable? If it was 5, 6, 7, 8, this would be a 5. That would be a 3. That would end that thermometer. Oh, it can't be a 2, actually, because this can't be a 1, because the 1's gone in the row. So that's not a 2. So there's a 3, 5 pair in column 3. Well, okay, what's this digit? Because we know this thermometer must go to this cell, because it can't be a length 4 thermometer. So this is lower than 5, not equal to 4 or 1, so it's 2 or 3. So if this was 2, the thermo couldn't go back any further because this couldn't be a 1. But if that's a 3, if this was 5, 3, 2. Golly gosh, I don't know. This is tricky as, isn't it? This digit can't be 1, 2, 3, or 5, or 6, actually. Because it sees this 3, 5 pair. I've pencil marked 1 already. I've got a 2 in one of those and a 6 in one of those. So the lowest this digit can be is a 4. And the highest it can be after that, it can't be 5 because of the 3, 5 pair. It can't be 6 because of this. It could be 7. No, it can't be 7. And it can't be 8. This is a 4. Right. It can't be 7, because if it was 7, what would this digit be? It would be 8, wouldn't it? So this would be 7 and this would be 8. But then in this box, you couldn't, those would have to be 7 and 8. But one of those is meant to be a 3 on the 1, 2, 3, 4 thermometer. So that doesn't work. This is a 4, I think. Right. Right, so this is a 1. Because it has to be a digit lower than 4, and it can't be 3 or 2. So that's a 1. It cleared fog, but not in a useful way. Now this thermometer is now of length 5, so it needs to have a 5 on it. And that's probably important. That thermometer has got it. Maybe I should tick them off once I get them. Is that a sensible idea? So those two are the lengths of their thermo. So make sure every thermo contains a green digit. That thermo has got its length on it. Oh, this thermo's of length 3. Okay, I can do that. That's 3. That's got to be... So this is a 5. That's the length of that one. That's what we were looking for on this. So but this thermo's now got to go 6, 7, 8, 5 here by Sudoku. 2, 3 pair in the corner of the grid. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, or 8. It's not 6 because there's a 6 over here. So this digit is in one of those two cells in box 9. And okay, and therefore 7 sees that digit, so that's a 6. Oh, okay, we didn't actually learn anything more. That's a 5. There's a new thermo that's emerged here. This is a 2. 6, 5, 2. So 2 is up in one of those 3 under the fog. 1 is up in one of these 3 under the fog. 5 is up in one of those under the fog. And 6 is in one of those under the fog. 3. I think this is a very clever puzzle. It's really very interesting, actually. Now, can we pencil mark these cells? Yeah, we can, can't we? One of those is a 4. The other is more than at least a 7. So this is 4, 8, 9. Which means that 5 in this row is in a domino. It's got to be over here. So 5 is in a domino in box 6. We don't really know what this thermometer's doing though, do we? Well, at least I don't know what it's doing. What about... What about... Right. What about... That's quite weird. There's a 4 in one of those, and there's a 3 there, and there's a 3, 4 pair there. The 3 and 4 in box 5 are, well, not placed, but in these cells. So the other digits are all great big digits, 7s, 8s, and 9s. Now, that is not an 8. So there is definitely now an 8 in one of these two cells, which means there's an 8 in one of those cells in column 5. This, oh no, that thermo has got its length on it. I was just thinking I haven't filled in the green cell on it, but it's actually already been done. It needed to be of length 5, and it has got a 5 on it somehow. So these two I haven't done. But we sort of know, don't we? They're going to be in that pattern. Because we're going to have a 4 down here and a 4 up there. And this one is... That's unfillable, surely. Surely that's unfillable. It can't be 3 or 4 in that cell, or 5, or 9, or 1. Okay, all right, you've tempted me into it. I will pencil mark this cell, which I think is 2 or 6 or 7 or 8. Although if it was 8, that wouldn't work. That is interesting. If that was 8, either this cell or this cell would be a 9. Which one? This one can't be very plainly because of Sudoku. This one can't be, because if that is 8 and that's 9, both of those would have to be 4, which won't work. So that is 6, 7, or 2. If it's 2, then one of those has to be a 1. That digit's under no pressure at all, is it? That digit is 6, 7, or 8, I think. Can't be 2, because I know one of these is a 2. So if that is interesting, right? So if this is 6, 7, no jokes about memes, thank you. So if this is a 6, 7, that is a 6, 7, 8 triple, which would mean that the thermo would have to bend round. It couldn't rise to this cell, could it? Because this digit could not be higher than whatever this was, because 6, 7, 8, and 9 would all have gone in the column. So it would have to bend round to there. So if this is 6 or 7, it's got to bend round this. So this would be lower, and this would be higher. That's very difficult to do. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Yeah, that you can't do that. Right. How to... Well, okay, so what I was thinking about was this cell being... Because we had this 6, 7, 8 triple, and I worked out that if this was 6 or 7, it would have to bend round this way. So this would have to be a bulb or a low digit, and this would be the high digit here. So what we've got then, if this is a 6 or a 7, is this digit is more. It's from a high digit. It's from 7s, 8s, and 9s. This digit is high. That's from 6, 7, 8, 9. One of those two is high. Don't know which one, but that's all the high digits that we could possibly have, isn't it? Because this would be 6 or 7, this would be higher than 6, 7, this would be higher than 6, so it's 7, 8, or 9. That's 6, 7, or 8, and one of those is 8 or 9. So the 4 digits 6, 7, 8, and 9 would be in those 5 cells. But one of these cells needs to be a 7, 8, or 9, because one of these thermos is 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know which one, but one of them is, and they're going to be looking. So say this one was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 and 6. So that cell would have to be 7, 8, or 9. And if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that has to be 7, 8, or 9. So now we would have 5 digits in box 6 selected from the 4 different values, 6, 7, 8, or 9. We'd have too many. So it doesn't work. So this, I think it is. We are simply saying this is 2 then, aren't we? If it was 6 or 7, it can't go up. It definitely can't go up, and it definitely can't go there. That is 2. Yeah. Oh, right. This is 1 then, by thermo logic. A thermometer now goes here at least. Now, this digit here. Oh, well, I was going to say it can't be 3 or 4. That is still true. So 5, 6, it can't be higher than 7, because there are at least 2 more cells on this thermo. So, no. I was going to try and argue that this couldn't be, or I was going to try and argue that that one couldn't be the one that isn't 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't think that's true. It is quite interesting though. It's nearly true. Because let's imagine this thermo isn't. Well, let's imagine this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 thermo. So this thermo would be a thermo that begins with a 4 whose second digit is at least a 6. So these three and that one would all be from 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's really difficult. In fact, what you could say, I mean, it would do all sorts of things. 2 in that column would have to be up here then. 1 in the column would have to be in one of those two. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't quite. Oh, there's a 4 up there by Sudoku. Now, I tell you what we do have to make sure of as well is that we've got the length of this thermo. Well, wait. Oh no, it doesn't work. Oh, no, that's weird. It's okay. I was going to say this thermo, the bulb of which is a 1. I was going to say the 1 and the 2 are not relevant to the length of this thermo. And then in my mind, I was thinking, okay, so that's the sort of the bulb I have to consider for the lengths rule. And I was going to say this couldn't be a 6 or a 7 because we'd run out of room. But actually, if that was a 6, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be a length 6 thermo. So it doesn't work the way I thought it did. Yeah, okay though. Yeah. I think this is a 5. I think. Yeah. Ooh, right. This is a 5. The reason for that is that this thermo, wherever it goes, has to contain its length. Now, let's think about that. If this is a 7, then clearly this thermo goes 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. That's a length 5 thermo that doesn't have a... So this is definitely not a 7. That's the first thing we're going to say. Now, is it a 6 is the next question. Now, if it's a 6, it can't stop there in this cell because it would be a length 5 thermo and it wouldn't have a 5 on it. So it would have to continue from this cell, and the final 4 digits would be 6, 7, 8, 9. But now what you've got is a 6 and a 7 in these two cells. Let's colour those. That would be a 6, 7. And 2 of those cells would be 8, 9. But remember when we were thinking about which of these was the great big thermo? The one that isn't the 1, 2, 3, 4. Neither of them could be then. Actually, here's a nice way of seeing why. Right. So in this situation, either this is 6, 7 or this is 8, 9. Well, no. Let me be more precise. If this is 6, this is 6, 7, and 2 of these cells are 8, 9. Now, where are we putting those digits in this box here? Now, the answer is they both have to go in either the 6, 7 both have to go here, or the 8, 9 both have to go in that. Oh, actually, hang on, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, actually. Hang on. This is there's something here, but it's not easy to. Yeah, okay. I'm going to change slightly. I don't think I can do it the way I was going to try and do it, but I still think it's valid. If we are in a world where this is not 5 and this goes 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, and then a 9 in one of these, clearly this one could not be the high thermo, because this can't be 8 or 9. So this would have to be the high thermo, wouldn't it? So, but on that high thermo, we now couldn't put the digits 6 and 7 anywhere along there. So it would begin with 4. This digit would not be allowed to be 5, 6, or 7. So it would have to be 8 at least, and there are 2 cells above it on the thermo to fill, so it won't work. But it is a little bit more complicated than I'd first thought it was. But that's still valid. It means this can't be 6. This is 5. Okay. Now this can't be 9, because it's clearly going further. But now, okay, whatever that is, I've got the same issue. If this thermo now, oh, hang on. Also, I think this has to be a length 6 thermo, but let's come back to that. This thermo now, if it was the high thermo, we know this would be a 4, and this would be at least a 6. So we'd have those 5 digits selected from the digits 6, 7, 8, and 9, and there are 5 cells. That doesn't work. So this is the low thermo. That's got to be the 4. That worked. 3, 2, 1. This is now a 4. This is not a 3, and this is not a 2. And now this digit is 6 or 7. And now I've got a 6, 7 pair in column 8. So that's digits an 8. That digit's a 9. Where's 1 in the column? It's got to go there. So there's a 2, 3 pair at the top of the column now. Where's 5 in column 9? Sudoku, that fair-weathered friend, comes to our rescue. Okay, so now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a length 6 thermo, so that's got to be 6. This has got to be 7. This has got to be 6. This has got to be 8. This is not a 6 anymore. And hopefully now we'll be able to do some. These are from, where's 9 in this column? It's only got one position. These are 6, 7, 8. So this digit's known. That's going to have to be a 3. Okay. Now hopefully, so these digits here are 4, 7, 8. There's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's definitely the green digit. And we can settle which is the 2 4s on the bottom thermo. So now I think we've broadly done everything we can do from the perspective of labeling the lengths of thermos. So how do we make more progress from here? Well, this can't. Oh, 6 I can just place. Didn't see that. In this box. Now I've got a 7, 8 pair here. So this is. That's going to clear fog. Right, that's given me another bulb. But we can't really see where it's going yet. In this row, we haven't put 2 and 4 in. Okay. This can't be a 5 by Sudoku. How long have I been going for, by the way? I've just completely lost myself in this puzzle. 50 minutes. It looks like this is going to be a 1, doesn't it? I mean, if it's not a... Oh, I tell you what, I can use my trick here. If that's not a 1, what are we putting in the bulb of this thermo? And the answer is not 2, not 3 or 4, not 5, not 6. It's at least a 7. But it couldn't be a length 7 thermo, which it would need to be in order for it to, start with a 7. 7, 8, 9. It could only be a length 3 thermo. So this is a 1, I think. Okay, so that's sent this one to this cell, but it could still go up further. And I've got 7s, 8s. Where's 8? Where's 8 in row 4? It's got to be there. This is 7 or 9. This can't be 8. So 8 is in one of 2 cells of box 1. This is 9, so that's a 7 actually. So that's a 9. That was correct. This is a 7-8 pair. Now, what can we do with that? These digits, this is a naked single, that's a 7. And therefore, this is an 8, this is a 7, this is an 8, this is a 7, this is an 8. Now, what do we need in this row? 5 and 6, I think. This is a 1-6 pair by Sudoku. It's going to be this thermo. I know it's going to be this thermo, but let's take our time and savor however we're going to finish this. Oh, I tell you something. It's got to have a 4 on it. Because it is a length 4 thermo. That 4 isn't here. So can the 4 really be... Well, I know there's a 4 in one of those 2 cells. We can get rid of the red now because we know the shape of this thermo. Now, if this was the 4, this would be 3 and this would be 2. 3, 2. This would be 9, 5. That's probably correct. That looks like it works. Okay. Oh, this can't be a 2. That's the 3rd cell along the thermo. What is this digit? If this digit isn't a 2, it's at least a 6, but I need to put a 4 on the thermo, so that is a 2. Oh, okay, so that's revealed some more things. So in column 3, it's 6, 7s and 8s for the win, isn't it? And in column 4, we need 2, 3, 4, 9. But this digit is 3 or 4. It's not 9. Oh, okay. Well, I've got a 3, 4 pair in this column now. So I can do 9 and 2. We can just fill those in by Sudoku. So that does my 2, does my 3. Pregnant pause while I try and work out what that means. Okay, in column 5, we need 3, 4, 5, 8. Oh, what's this one? It's got to be more than 3, so it's 4 or 5. It's definitely not 8 by Sudoku. So 9 is in one of these 2 cells. 4 is definitely on this string here because it has to be. So these digits are from 3, 5 and 9. And unfortunately we're not getting any help, but we have found a new thermometer. Which nearly has to have 4 on it. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Can it... Oh, it nearly can't be. Well, it's either a length 4 thermometer or a length 3 thermometer. It's very hard for it to be a length 3 thermometer, because the 3 could only go in that position. And that would be 5.9. And that would be 4.3. Might be okay. Set this digit here would be at least a 6 in that situation. That doesn't work. Oh, that's beautiful if that's true. That is beautiful if that's true. I'm just going to do that in my head again. I don't trust that. If that's 3, I thought that had to be 4. And if that's 3, that is 5. Is that wrong? Is that really 5.9 if this is 3? Yeah, that has to be a 3-4 pair. So 5. This is 5.9. This digit is at least a 6, I think. 3? Yeah, so the thing is, right, let's think about whether this can be a length 3 thermo. The 3 would clearly have to go here, and it can't go 2, 1. So it's ascending to this point. And now this final digit, look, can't be 7, 8, or 9. So its maximum value is 6. Let's put that in. So this would be 3. This is 6 or lower. So this digit has to be 4 or 5. Can it be either? Is the question we're going to wrestle with. Now, if this is 3, that's a 5-9 pair. So it can't be 5. So it needs to be 4. But if this is 3, this is 2 and this is 4. So it can't be 4 and there's no fill for the thermo. So this thermo is in some way a length 4 thermo, which is unfortunately, that is going to be a complicated creature because you can't see from the grid furniture where the bulb is. How do we actually do this then? I want to say right, hang on. Okay, 1 is in one of those cells just by Sudoku. So now I know that the bulb is there or there. Now I bet you, I was going to say I bet it can't be here, but because this cell can't be 7, 8 or 9. So if that's 1, this would be a 6 maximum. So these digits, neither of those could be 2. So this is at least a 3. So this has to be 4 or 5. Now I disproved that when this was a 3. But that had an effect on this digit. Oh, this is really difficult, actually. I can't quite see how to do this. If, on the other hand, this is 1, then that's at least 4. Oh, this digit can't be 7, 8, or 9 either. One? That's at least 4. This can't be 5, so that's it. You can't do it. Whoa, that's so complicated, but it's quite pretty again. Right. If this is 1, let's go through this very slowly for my own benefit, frankly. If this is 1, the minimum value of this digit now is 4, I think. So the minimum value of this digit is 5, but it can't be 5. So the minimum value of this digit is now 6. And this is the tip of the thermo, because we know it's a length 4 thermo. So the thermo is going to go in here, and we have to put a digit higher than 6 into this cell, and nothing is available. 7, 8, and 9 can't work. So we know this isn't the 1, is what we actually know. The 1 is, I think, in the corner. Yes, okay. So that changes, obviously, how the thermo moves. We better take out our 4 and 6. So now I get a 1 here, I get a 6 here. Now, this digit now is at least a 4. Now, can that digit be 5? That one looks like it could be. And then this digit is 7 or 8. Can't be 6. So there's a 7, 8 pair, and this is a 6. Good grief. It's still quite complicated. 7, 9. This is now at least I know one of those was 9, so it's now this one. If this is a 7, 8 pair, this is now 4. That's a 7. And hopefully we can now figure things out. Okay, this can't be 4 because this would need to be 2 or 3. So that is the 4, which means this is 4, this is 2, this is 2. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Okay, this is now 7, this is 8. So this digit has to be a 5. That's all it can be. It's got to be numerically between 4 and 7, and it can't be 6. So that's 3, that's 4, that's 4, that's 3, that's 5, that's 8, and that's 3. And let's put the 4 in, and so there's lots of 4s actually on thermometers. That's a great puzzle. That is a great puzzle. Fitzy, take a bow. Very clever. Really very clever. And quite deep. There were 2 or 3 moments in that where you really had to think. My favourite bit was the sort of high digits in that box. That was beautiful, that there was a 5, 6 and a floating 1, 2, 3, 4 thermo looking at one of those 2 squares. Absolutely brilliant. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.